Regular viewers know that we've got quite an interest in the history of Route 66. And we recently found out that actor John Schneider has been bitten by the Route 66 bug as well. He sat down to talk with us about some of his memories on America's Main Street and how he got interested in it.
We always did road trips when I was a kid. We went to Florida, we went to Mystic Seaport, so the whole notion of putting the family in the car and driving somewhere was always a big part of how I grew up. So once Dukes of Hazzard happened, every year I would go on a road trip somewhere. I had a car and then I had a motorcycle, and I'd put 20,000 miles on any given vehicle during a year going on back roads. Something happened, I don't know, maybe when I was 30 or so, where all of a sudden there was a lot of material available about Route 66. And it turned out that many of the favorite places that I'd gone back in my teenage and then 20s years were actually places on Route 66. Like that wonderful bridge in Pasadena, like that great side road in San Bernardino when you're on your way to Vegas, like Amboy. I'd been to Amboy before. I'd seen the Baghdad Cafe, the movie. I mean, so as it turns out, some of my favorite places were on Route 66. So then I started getting fascinated with the road itself, with the Mother Road. And now I've done it, I think, 5 or 6 times. And I see new stuff every time I go.
Sometimes curiosity can lead to a bit more adventure than you'd planned on.
So I was pulling a 35-foot fifth wheel trailer with I think I had my big blue Dodge pickup. And this was before the anniversary, so the route wasn't marked yet as well as it is now. And I went into this place, I saw some ruins, and I drove this whole rig into Two Guns. And I saw where I'd read Tom Snyder's book, and I had read about how there had been lions and reptiles and all kinds of things, alligators. So I took this long rig down this road, saw that area, went around the back, and there's a bridge behind there that's a suspension, not sure what kind of, arch. Technically I don't know what, it's an arch, but it was old. So I took my whole rig across that and got on the other side and realized I couldn't turn around. There was no place to turn around because the road was done there. So after about 3 hours, I managed to get this thing turned around, and I headed down the hill. And this arch bridge from the other side, now this is probably a bridge that was built in maybe 1936. This thing, I would think twice about walking across this bridge. And I had just driven my truck and my trailer across it, and now I had no choice but to come back. And I did, and it scared me to death. But I think I would have gladly faced the lions and the reptiles rather than have to go across that bridge, but what could I do? But here I am. Thank goodness you can no longer go over that bridge.
John is certainly a man after our own hearts, as he likes to get out on the highway whenever he can. And he likes to explore those back roads to see what might be waiting around the next bend.
I travel around by car. Every year I drive up to Vancouver to do Smallville. I have a motorhome. I drive that up. We make a nice trip out of it. And then at the end of the season I drive back. So I do that at least twice a year, Vancouver and back. Other times, many times if we're going to Las Vegas, I'll take a car and I'll drive. So I do it whenever I get the opportunity. It doesn't quite make sense to my wife or my children why I would rather drive than fly. And certainly it makes no sense why I would rather drive on that little 2-lane that's 20 feet off the freeway, right there, than drive on the freeway. But that's just how I am. I like the dips. I like the turns. I like all the personality of this fly. I like all the personality of whatever road that is. I'd much rather drive down a road that used to be the main thoroughfare than drive down a freeway. Don't like freeways. I can't say that I've been on every existing foot of Route 66. I bet I've been on 90% of it. Because I'm one of those crazy people that even though I know that the road is going to end in 5 miles or 10 miles or 15 miles, I still go down it so I can touch the end of it and turn around and come back. You know that kind of guy?
Oh,
Am
yeah.
I talking to you?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
We want to thank John Schneider for spending some time with us to talk about the Mother Road. And you can read more of our interview with him in Route 66 magazine.